I have a confession.
Please tell.
So we are really always honest about stuff on this show. And this has been a perpetual kind of thing. But literally Alex today was like, hey, Sybil, I sent you the link for today's show. Are you ready? Or you just have your phone on off? And I was like, yeah, no, hold on, I'm walking over there. I was like, today's Friday. I'm recording right now. Crap. I hadn't updated my time zone on my computer. And so I was just jamming away, doing my thing. And I had no idea we were supposed to be starting now.
I'm sorry. It happens.
Mm-hmm. So once again, super trained professional. Totally know what's happening. Ready to rock and roll today.
I feel like being a trained professional is just being able to show up, even if 3 seconds before you were like, what?
Now you're like, no, I totally knew you were coming and I know who you are and I know your name, not even a little bit. Okay, let's do this thing.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, hey, mama, how are you? Because you don't know their name.
Yeah. I've told the story many times that I don't know most of my clients' names for many years. I just don't know who they are. I mean, understand who they are as a person, don't know their name at all. Because my calendar used to not show people's names. It would just show their facial or their service. And I'd be like,
and then you're like, hey, wax queen. I guess you wouldn't have a wax called the wax queen because you know the wax queen.
Yeah. I'd just be like, hey, gorgeous. Hi, beautiful rock star. Yeah. I don't know who you are, my mistress. Only when I would see them for other things and I'd be like, okay, this person is this. And one of my friends was like, why don't you at least look at their credit cards? I'm like, that's a great idea. I don't do that either.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, I'm clearly bad at my job.
Hey, we show up, we get it done. What more can people ask for?
I know. So I did start making a point that after like 3 appointments, I was like, gonna know who they are, gonna pay attention. When I do their chart notes, I'm going to look at their name and associate it to their chart notes. Okay.
Did it help?
It did. It really did start helping.
Oh, good.
So
is that a system that I hear?
Do you have a system? Did your heart pitter patter?
A little bit. I just have a little flutter going on in here.
All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Hi, I'm Sybil Solon. I'm an esthetician and spa owner.
And hi, I'm Alex Ellis. I'm a body nerd and wellness expert, and we are business besties.
And bosses. Running your own business is hard.
But we're terrible employees, so we're figuring it out.
I've already figured it all out. But we promise to share everything we know about what it takes to make 6 figures and beyond.
And be brutally honest about what works and what totally sucks.
I'll be honest, a bunch of it totally sucks. So let's get started.
Yeah. I mean, literally every time you say that, I'm like, God, yeah, a lot of it does suck. It's very true. Very true. Welcome back to Skinfessional. On today's show, we're talking about the love-hate relationship that's posting on social media, choosing your best social media platform, and
the stupid mistakes you make because you're afraid of not being perfect.
How dare you? I mean, really, how dare you?
I know.
So this conversation today, I'm excited about. As I feel like as a listener, you should know, but if I have not made myself clear, like I love social media. I love being in the DMs. I love making Instagram stories. I really enjoy going live. I like creating content. I like all of it. And I have since before it came out. Like I was just on my Facebook and it was reminding me of like dumb shit I was posting like 15 years ago in college. I'm just like, LOL, this is stupid. Do you remember when Facebook used to be, it would say like Alexandra is, and then you would fill in the blank?
No.
And do you remember that? Okay. So right when Facebook came out, that's like what the status updates were. So now I have all these reminders where it's like a fragment of a sentence. And I'm just like, so stupid. Whatever. So I love social media. This week I made a super casual post on TikTok that has like blown up for me. Yeah. I mean, it was one we were talking to about like, making stuff and the ones you spend hours on to make.
Right.
Then
we've been curating your TikTok pretty hard together. Like we've talked about the ways that you've been curating it and like the ways that you could like use it.
Yes. So Sybil's been telling me to post on TikTok for years. Okay. Years. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. And let me be fully transparent and honest. Okay. So when I became a caretaker for a family member back in March of this year, I stopped posting on social because I was just like trying to keep my head above water, and it was too much. And I just kind of like, I let it all go. That was something that I felt totally fine with letting go, because also let's not forget that like your business isn't your Instagram account. Your business is not your Facebook account. Those things help, but that's not your business. Okay. Yeah. So I let that go. And then I started to think about when things started to get a hold of everything. What would it look like to actually have fun on social media? Okay. And also at this time, there was a certain ex-partner of somebody very close to me that I just wanted to do better than. Okay, I'll be honest. Okay, I just wanted to do better than the ex-girlfriend. Not my ex-girlfriend, but my brother's ex-girlfriend. And so I started posting on TikTok. I'm so like petty and super, super competitive. I'm embarrassed to admit that, but you're my friend.
Petty. Alex is motivated by competition.
Very much so. I blame my parents. So started posting on TikTok, just throwing stuff up there, and then seeing what hits. And then I'd send it to Sybil, oh my God, look at this. And you would be like, you need to say this next time. Or, hey, look at that. Make sure you say this. And then I would say, hey, this one, I'm seeing this trend a lot. And like, I found this to be super helpful. What do you think about this?
Or you come back and be like, I was watching these and I really like how this person's doing this. And so I thought about this. And also this would help you too, because I totally been digging these. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. And I'd write it down. So like back and forth, which is, by the way, what business besties do.
So I throw together this post because somebody asked a question and I was like, I have this crazy idea. Let me just do it. Like literally like 3 takes, maybe even whatever, throw it up there, go to my parents' house, eating dinner, look at my phone, and it's already got like tens of thousands of views. And I'm like, oh my God. And over a 24-hour period, I had 500 followers, and then it was up to like 2,000 like that night. And it just is like kept growing. So it's like, holy guacamole. So this is sort of like the power of social. And I think of what everybody is everyone goes up to bat with social with the expectation that they're going to hit a home run and it's going to go viral. And if it doesn't, what's the fucking point?
Right.
And I say that because like, I've done that as well too. Okay. But this has also brought more people into my sphere, more people onto my email list. I have someone who booked a discovery call for next week. So there is always the potential for business opportunities, which is why you should be posting on social. And you also have been talking to people this week about posting on social.
Yeah. So I was at a teacher training, and I'm with a variety of age groups. So from somebody who's, I think she's a brand new esthetician. She just got out of school when COVID hit. So she's like maybe 22, 23. And then to somebody who is, older than I am, who's been doing it longer than I have, the whole spectrum of range. And every single one of them is like, I mean, I'm kind of on social. I know I should post, but I don't post enough, et cetera, et cetera. The only thing we all have in common is we're all kind of in the holistic range of aesthetics. We're kind of like we don't really love being on technology. Okay. And so we're talking about posting, and I'm just like, so why aren't you posting more? Or why are you doing this? And it comes down to every single person is a freaking perfectionist. And is afraid of saying the wrong thing, having their stuff not look right, having some troll discuss like what they're doing,
Oh so, yeah, I got that.
We all are afraid of. It's all the same fears, everyone. It's all the same fears. But you just got to get out and do it.
Yeah, I think there's a huge amount of that. Of just get over it. Like, cause the trolls, it's going to happen. People are going to be like, this is totally wrong. And you're like, haha, no, it's not. But I guess one question I have, maybe you have some insight from this, from the people you've been speaking with. Not being sure what to post, right? This comes up. I don't really know what to post. I don't have any ideas. Like one of my really good friends, same thing. She's like, I don't know what to post about. And I'm like, literally, we talk all day long and you have a million things to talk about. Like just talk about one of those things. And I think maybe because I'm on social media so much, like things happen. I'm like, oh, this would make a great post. This would make a great post. Like I have way too many ideas. So what are your thoughts on that?
I actually think that people actually know exactly what to post about. I think they think that they're going to say the wrong thing about what they're going to post about, or they second guess themselves. They're like, so like, I know that people will be like, well, I already posted about that. Alex, talk to me about what you post about.
So I'm learning that if I post about hip flexors, like just hip flexors, y'all, there's a whole body, but if I just post about hip flexors, that's going to be enough.
Right. Wait.
And balls.
And if you post about that, how many times?
Endless amount of times, because nobody sees all of your stuff ever.
Right. So, and one of the things that I think is also really interesting is like Alex literally talks about the same thing over and over again. Hey, I can help you get out of pain. Hi, I can help you get out of pain. Hello, I can help you get out of pain. Would you like to be out of pain? I do that. I help you get out of pain. I help you get out of pain. Hello, I get you out of pain.
Yeah. By the way, also, I just said I'm a mobility coach, which is very hard to say when you're talking fast. And a bunch of the comments on this post are like, what's a mobility coach? How do I get one? And I'm like, hello, I'm virtual. Let's work together.
So one of the things I just did on TikTok was I did a series, and I'm continuing the series of what an esthetician's answer, which have gone actually pretty well. And one of them is, what is an esthetician? That's the next one I'm doing. Is what is an esthetician?
Yes.
Because nobody actually knows what an esthetician is. And the answers we get are hysterical.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
You put people to sleep.
An esthetician.
So if you want to do that, go for it. It'll be funny. What is a mobility coach? Do you touch people?
That's... So, where's my pen?
So
Let me take notes.
When you guys are thinking about what you should post about, literally just think about the 3 questions you get all the time. Don't even think about more of them to start. What are the 3 questions you get all the time? And just keep posting about the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah. So I've talked about this before in that I thought, well, this also was like how it was. When we say TikTok, when we talk about Instagram, what I'm saying is short form video content. What does that mean? That means a video that is 30 seconds or less. It could be 15, even better. Shorter is better, which is fantastic for you as a content creator. Yeah. Because what would you rather do? Make a 15-minute video about how to wash your face, or a 15-second video about how to wash your face?
Yeah, because people actually don't. They retain no information at all.
No, they're not paying attention. No.
And it's super interesting because I know I'm actually I'm repurposing content. I have so much content. Alex, I'm sure you have a ton of content. So I'm repurposing content. And one of our guests was Jenna Warner, and she talked about social media, and she talked about when Reels first came in. And she literally was talking to me the other day, and she's like, Sybil, so I know you just posted a facial massage. What would be better is if instead of doing like 3, you just did 1 movement. And I was like, girl, I was just reposting something that already existed. I just didn't want to edit it down. And she goes, well, in that case, that's fine. But it would have done better if you had taken the time to edit it down to one thing.
Oh, well, then you could just do it again. That's the other thing.
Right.
I mean, my favorite part of short form video content
is just like, and I did that.
Yeah. And I mean, I've saved it and I haven't forgot about it. I need to go back and review it. Is like your brow lift video that you posted. Like I will go back and review and do that every night. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, I need that video. But I'm not a person who is like super comfortable in front of the camera. Like I'm not a supermodel. I'm not trying to be a supermodel. And so doing like photo shoots to like get photos for social media always felt like not me. Yeah. But educating over video as if I were on a FaceTime call with my business bestie or a client, like think of it that way. That to me feels so much more natural and easy to do. And that's all that's happening on social media. Also, this is going to change. This is where we're at right now, and that's going to change, and that's totally fine. But what I want everyone to know is like, just post something. It's going to flop. It might do awesome. You don't know, but you're never going to know unless you try.
Right. I mean, how many things have you worked a ton of time on and it's like, wah, wah, trombone.
Dude.
Yes. You spent 0 time and then it's like, whee.
Yes.
It's just the way it hits. It's just the way it hits. Don't be afraid to repost something again. A while back. Repost it, the same thing again.
It doesn't have to be that old. 3 months, 2 months, 1 month. Doesn't matter.
Bring it up again. It's fine. And one of the other things is I think that we get really wrapped up in this algorithm. People are like, oh, well, because of the algorithm, I can't do this and I should do this. Guys, at some point you just got to be like, forget the algorithm. You You just have to just post it because you're like, well, posting something is better than like living in fear and not posting anything. You know, if you're a social media god, then, you know, maybe you sit there and stress about the algorithm because you're trying to gain that little bit of extra because you're already like getting all the eyeballs. But if you're not getting any eyeballs yet, just post something.
Just post. I feel like it's also a little bit of like abundance mindset in that, oh, there's not enough people looking or, you know, whatever. But like, what about everybody who does see it? Because there's been posts that I've made where I thought it was really fun. I thought it was really great. It didn't really do great. But then people comment like, that's exactly what I need to hear today.
Right.
That post was for that person.
That's right.
You know, it wasn't for the masses, and that's totally fine. And so I feel like we need to kind of shift our thinking of not that like, oh, I don't have enough followers or I don't have enough this or the algorithms are always beating me up to, oh my gosh, like this many people, whether it's 100 people, 50 people, or 50,000 people have raised their hand and said, I give a shit about what you have to say.
Right. So the 13 people who saw my post, so one day, 13 people saw a post that I spent a bunch of time on. But of those 13 people, 2 people DM'd me.
That's huge.
Right. And for me, I was like, wow, okay. Both those people were were super interested in what I wanted them to do. Were continue to follow him. They continue to follow me to this day. I've had posts that like 400 people supposedly saw it, and I've gotten no information, no traction. It makes no difference to me.
Yeah. And you've always been really great in your DMs and having those really like unscalable conversations, more so than I ever have, which is awesome.
I'll be honest with you. So my followers, like I'm like a super micro niche, right? I kind of for the last like 2 years have stayed around 2,100 followers. But of those 2,100 followers, they are hardcore my fans. They're mine.
Well, and also it's not really impacting your ability to make money now, is it?
I mean, I'm doing fine. But they're my fans. Like they're people who like talk to me, buy from me, are my people. So if I had 10,000, I don't know if they would be my people. I don't know if they'd see me or see what I was doing.
Yeah, the vanity metrics really, to me, it doesn't matter anymore. I mean, it's fun. I'm not gonna lie.
And I'm sad that like, I mean, we've talked about this before that I've gone out to, you know, people and groups and I'm like, hey, I really want to carry this product or I would like to be your influencer. And they're like, but you have like not enough people. And I'm like, no, but I have your eyeballs. Like I have 2,100 of your eyeballs. And like, we only talk to people with 10,000. I'm like, you're idiots.
Yeah,
you're
well, that's
really
theirs to be had. But I mean, I've had that too, right? I reached out to companies who I thought were super, super awesome. And they weren't interested in supporting me in the way that I need as a smaller, you know, influencer, so to speak.
Right.
And then I found people who are like, yeah, name your number. We believe in you and we want to pay you.
Right.
So I think, again, like the vanity metrics don't matter. And like the best way to kind of get over this hump is to just keep posting. Honestly, just like keep showing up and make it fun. Make it fun for you. Like whatever that has to look like. Because social media, while I did have fun on social. Just show Post-it note says, have fun on social. It's so super true. Because your business is not social media. But if I just got, you know, a couple thousand new eyeballs who are like, what's a mobility coach? And how do I work with a mobility coach? And how can you help me? And what's like, that's free.
Yeah.
I didn't have to pay for advertising. I didn't have to go spin a sign on a street corner. I didn't have to go back and ask my current customers and clients to like, oh, please, can you share? Like that just came to me. So I think social media is an awesome tool to use, but like, don't stress out about it. Because also, can we get our email list set up first? I just have to throw that in there.
Yeah.
Get your email list set up and then post on social.
And there are lots of ways to do it these days. So if you're like a person who's like, oh, I can't get my website, I don't know what to do, and I don't have it. There are literally within your social, like link trees. I've been starting to use beacon.ia. So like, I really love them. They like set it all up for me. There are, I think, WebMonkey has, what is that one?
You could also, there's a million
mailing lists. Almost all mailing lists have a way.
You could actually do it in Canva now.
Yes.
Canva will do it for you.
Do they hook it up? Do they keep your mailing list?
They'll make you a short, like a pretty link essentially,
Right.
that you can get all designed that'll have all the links that you want on it.
Will it keep your mailing list?
Like, I mean, you could link to your mailing list.
No. So for people who are sitting there being like, but I don't even know how to have a mailing list, there are systems that literally will within it have your mailing list in it. So that way you're like, I don't have to figure out how to link it to a mailing list or whatever. And then they just have your mailing list and you don't have to stress about it. And then you can take that list and go wherever you want. Because I hear you when you're like, I don't even know how to use this with my mailing list. Also, if you're using a scheduler, find out if they have a mailing list.
Yes.
Figure out how to use that mailing list. I've talked to a bunch of estheticians recently where I'm like, so wait, your booking system has a mailing list? Okay, so let's figure out how to link that. Awesome. So
seriously,
there are a bunch of these. Your system probably has a mailing list. Figure out how to do that. It's very simple. And then I wanted to just touch on the fact that it doesn't have to look perfect. So especially as nice about TikTok, and this is why I kind of gravitated to TikTok, is it's supposed to be a hot mess.
Yeah, it's so true.
I love it because I'm a hot mess. My stuff, if you look at my IG, it is ugly. It is ugly because I am not, even though I'm aesthetic, I am not pretty when it comes to like the things around me. It's a kind of a mess. And, you know, IG is this like supposed to be this beautiful thing. Yeah.
It's not even that much anymore. I feel like it's kind of grown from that.
Yeah, well, good, because mine's a hot mess. So if you're like, I have to like get rid of my feed because it's not pretty enough and I don't look like this other person, just don't stress it. Just put yourself. Most people don't even look at feeds anymore. They don't look at full
Nobody
pages.
cares.
People don't look at that. They just look at your stories and they look at the one little box and they just scroll through. Right, Alex? When was the last time you went to somebody's page and actually looked at like their full? Like scroll through a whole post of their pages?
I mean, I do once if I found something I like about them and I already like them. So I'm looking through to find more stuff that I like about them.
But you're looking for their content. You're not like making judgment calls on them, correct?
No, because also it's just like, yeah, I 1,000% agree. It doesn't really matter like what things look like. I feel like the pandemic has really shifted that. It was about aesthetics and like looking super pretty and all of that. And now people are like, are you still alive? Okay, cool. Like that's the bar. And I think that like, as long as we can set the bar super low and just like have fun with it, like keep going. And I'm getting this visual too. Like this to me is like social media and also like running a business. Yeah. Being an entrepreneur is not about being smarter or more connected or have more money than other people, although all of those things do help. It's about like stubborn tenacity and perseverance and not giving up. And to me, social media is the same, is just like, sure, you tripped, you got dirt on your face, waving your flag all over the place, but you just like keep going. Just keep going. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you'll figure it out, but you can't figure it out sitting on the sidelines being like, it's not for me. It is for you. It's for everybody.
It is for everyone. You have to also remember that the point of your social is to get who you are across to somebody so that they know who you are, to let them know what you're offering. They're like, oh, I know who that person is. I know what they offer me. I know what they're kind of selling and about that person. I feel like I'm their friend and that's my person. And maybe I want to go see them or buy from them. That's what social is for. If you're trying to do anything else about it and you're not using it for that way, you're doing it kind of wrong.
Yeah.
That's the only right or wrong, in my opinion.
You don't have to pretend to have your shit together or be somebody. Like, there's a number of people I've come across on social media where I'm like, I feel like this isn't who they really are. And so yes, there are parts of me that I don't share on social media. You know, I'm not like, I don't show up when shit is hard because like, I'm not trying to like air my laundry out, you know, on social. But I'm also myself as much as I can be. And that exactly like you're saying, Sybil, like lets people know who you are. They feel like they know you, they like you, they trust you. And when they finally get on the phone with you, they're like, oh my God, take my money.
Yeah.
Take my money.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what it's about. That's what your social is about. And think about why you've used social for somebody else. So you've looked at somebody's social. Why have you looked at it? Why have you purchased something from someone? Or why have you followed somebody? That's all you're doing. So when Alex and I got together and she's like doing TikTok and we're talking about TikToks, she's like, I really like how this person's doing it. That's all you're doing. You're just following somebody else. And honestly, when I first started doing TikToks, I literally just looked at other people. I'm like, I like that one. I'm going to just copy it identically.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I did is
Same.
I was just like, I was like, that one's great. I'm just going to do that identically.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that in this world.
It's not rocket science. It's not. And I think that the fear of like not being perfect, both of us have posted shit that's like really awful. This happened a couple years ago for me. I used to like only show up on social when like I had my eyebrows on, which means like in the morning I wasn't on. But some of like my best insights happen like in the morning when I'm journaling and thinking and quiet without my eyebrows on. And I just started posting, and like and at first I was like, well, just on my stories. And then I realized that I've posted so many things on my feed where I'm like, my face is a hot mess. I have no eyebrows. Like literally they're gone because they're blonde.
Right.
But I'm showing up and sharing in a way that's like, if you're judging me for the way that I look, you're not my people anyways.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I post in my pajamas. My hair is all like, what? I just got out of bed. In my bed sometimes I post. Like I'm like lying here with my bed, with my cat. And it's just you just need to be real. And we respect you for being afraid. And we're gonna push you, challenge you to be unafraid.
Yeah, just do it anyways. And also, I say all of this, and also, if life is really hard right now for whatever reason, like, who cares? Like, let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. But if you're feeling up to it, being on social media is like an easy-ish way to put your name out there and get some free-ish marketing.
Yeah. Just pick one thing. Pick just one thing and do one thing. So hip flexors, maybe you're like, I'm going to teach people how to wash their face and they're going to do it awesome. Maybe you're like super into sunscreen right now. I'm teaching people how to use sunscreen. That's the hill I'm standing on.
I mean, I can see a whole series for you of just you standing there in your bathroom, because this was another thing. I was like, oh, I need to be in a different place every time. No, you do not. You in your bathroom rubbing different shit on your face.
Yep. That's it.
That's it. There's this guy I follow on TikTok who's a pool cleaner. And this is really, for me, I was like, oh my gosh, like I see the light. So all he does is clean pools. That's literally every TikTok is about him cleaning a pool. And he even goes back to the pools that he's cleaned before because they're regular clients. And I watch it too. I watch all of them. And I was just like, wait, what is going on? I don't have a pool. I don't give a shit about cleaning pools. And I watched literally 30 minutes of pool cleaning because it was just like really relaxing with the sounds and the ASMR and like all that stuff.
That's what
it's the same thing every time. Exactly like Sybil saying, stop trying to recreate the wheel. Pick your thing. You may take a little bit of zhuzhing to figure out like what works. Like I love my workouts. The internet doesn't care about my workouts. They really don't. So we're going to change it up. That's fine. I'm a little bit salty about that, but that's okay. Just find what people like, and you can only find what people like by doing it, and then just keep doing it.
That's right.
Simple as that.
All right, guys, this has been a fantastic episode. We're glad that you were joining us. I hope that you continue that you find it, you share it, because like anything else on social, we like to hear from you, and we like you to share our stuff on social so other people find us.
So when you're doing your research as to what's trending on social media, send us a DM. And let us know what you're finding, what's working for you. Maybe even send us the post that you've been like too scared to post, or you're just like, okay, I just did it. Like send us all the wins. We want to hear from you. You can hit us up. The show is on Instagram at Skinfessional. It's like confessional, but it's skin instead of con. Get it? You can find Sybil at Your Skin Fitness Expert. I am at Ala for Mala. Or you can give us a lovely message. You can drop a message, a note, if you will, into our box.
That's right. It's old school, but it's there because we're all old school. 818-473-5277. So everyone, it's been great. Until next week.
Keep your secrets to yourself.
Unless you're telling us.
Bye. Okay, bye.